This video is about the Irish Civil War. In the years 1922 and 1923, the Irish National Army and the Irish Republican Army fought a bloody civil war. Commanders of the National Army were Michael Collins and Richard Mackay. The Irish Republican Army was commanded by Liam Lynch and then Frank Aiken. Important was also the political leader of the Republicans, Eamon de Valera. Ireland gained de facto independence after the War of Independence and with the Anglo-Irish Treaty. Ireland was a free state within the British Empire, and the monarch remained head of state. Northern Ireland remained a part of the United Kingdom, and the Royal Navy had 3 strategic ports within the Free State. The Dáil Éireann ratified this treaty, but there was a strong opposition. For some, this de facto independence was not enough. They wanted to have a republic. Now the Republican reaction. De Valera resigned as president, and he gave speeches which called for a civil war. He said the IRA would have to wade through the blood of the soldiers of the Irish government. Also, some IRA officers rejected the right of the Parliament to ratify the Anglo-Irish Treaty. Then there was the election of the Irish Parliament. The pro-treaty Sinn Féin under Michael Collins won against the anti-treaty Sinn Féin under de Valera. So Michael Collins could establish the Irish Free State and the National Army. The Free State was strong in Dublin, the cities, and the rural areas were more or less, all of them were controlled by the IRA. Now, on the 14th of April 1922, the IRA occupied 4 courts in Dublin. We had the parliamentary election, the Free State parties won, as just mentioned. And then an event in Britain turned up. Field Marshal Craig was murdered by Irishmen, and the British said, "All right, mate, we have a treaty. If you can't enforce it and you do not want to sort it out, we will do it for you." So Michael Collins was under pressure, and then he shelled 4 courts with British guns, and the IRA was no match there for the British guns. A few days of battles, but the situation was sorted out in Dublin relatively quickly. At the start, the IRA had more troops, but the Free State had soldiers with significantly more experience. Also, the Free State had heavy weapons, which the IRA lacked. Control, Free State, Dublin, IRA, especially province of Munster in the south. Now, firstly, the Free State had an offensive in the south, took over the cities there, and the west took over Mayo. He won the Battle of Kilmallock, and it was clear to the IRA, normal warfare we won't succeed. They started a guerrilla warfare. Michael Collins was killed on the 22nd of August 1922 in an ambush, but the Free State had more and more success against the guerrilla. Then the war turned nasty. The IRA started to assassinate politicians and representatives of the Free State and burned their houses. In return, the Free State said, right, we have IRA prisoners, and they just executed them. But with time, the IRA ran out of ammunition, out of weapons, and then on the 24th of May 1923, Aiken and the political leader de Valera called on the IRA to stop fighting, to lay down their weapons. Now, because the war focused on the south, Northern Ireland could be consolidated as a part of the United Kingdom. As shown, the Irish Civil War was not very long, but was extremely brutal, and we had war crimes, as just said, on both sides. From the war, the 2 main political parties in Ireland emerged. We have the Free State side, this is nowadays Fine Gael, and the anti-Free State side, that is nowadays Fianna Fáil. And because of Free State and these 2 parties coming out of it, the Civil War determined Irish political life until this day. That was the Irish Civil War in 5.